Don't forget to check me out over on Instagram at GeekdomBigD, where I post not just Dragon Ball stuff, but a lot more than that. And I think you'll have a good time on that page. Instagram.com/GeekdomBigD. The last episode of Dragon Ball Heroes ended with a big teaser that Janemba is coming as the next villain in the Dragon Ball Heroes Big Bang Mission storyline. So I want to discuss the upcoming episode, the preview that we actually have here, and give my thoughts on the upcoming battle with Janemba. So the next episode of Dragon Ball Heroes Big Bang Mission, episode 5, we don't have an official date as to when it's coming out, but we do have a title for an episode. Of course, this was from Dragon Ball Hype, and I want to thank Dragon Ball Hype as well as Kagari for the translation of what this episode summary says. So it says here, decisive battle in hell, a new Janemba. So this episode's going to be essentially, if you remember, Dr. W gives Janemba something, and that's our teaser for what's coming up. And while that's going on, Few took Toki Toki. So there's two different storylines going on at once. Now, there are some things in this preview we got to break down because I'm flabbergasted at some of this stuff, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about it here. So it says here, Son Goku Xeno and Vegeta Xeno, which is, of course, Time Patrol Goku and Time Patrol Vegeta, the alternate universe version of Goku and Vegeta, not the Dragon Ball Super ones, fight the Janemba reborn by Dr. W's hands. So Janemba is going to be reborn by Dr. W. In the midst of the struggle with Janemba, who is infused with the power of SS4, Goku and company appear across dimensions, having mobilized elsewhere, pursuing Few and the others. So what's going on here is that Goku and Vegeta Xeno are facing off against a new Janemba. Now, this new Janemba could be what is known as Destruction King Janemba. I did do a video about Destruction King Janemba. Here it is. I will actually link to this at the end of this video so you can watch it. If you don't know who Destruction King Janemba is, Majin Janemba is basically what it is, as well as a video on Xeno Goku, which has actually gotten a lot of views. It's 2 years old, tells you everything you want to know about Time Patrol Goku and what makes him different from the Goku that's in the other timeline, the main timeline, the Super timeline. It's not really the Dragon Ball Super timeline. Dragon Ball Heroes has like multiple timelines, multiple canons, if you want to use that word. I'm not a big fan of that word. And with Heroes, everything kind of comes together. So you've got video game storylines, video game characters crossing over with, you know, movies and Dragon Ball Z anime and Dragon Ball manga stuff. So it's just a big hodgepodge of everything Dragon Ball. And in theory, that could be very exciting. The problem is that Dragon Ball Heroes has been a big disappointment from the beginning. Can you imagine, think about this for a second, folks. Can you imagine if they took these ideas, you know, Janemba Reborn, right? And they had a storyline where Goku from Super and Goku from GT teamed up against this Janemba. Can you imagine if they did this with a full 90-minute movie with the Dragon Ball Super animators, and they actually told a great story, and we have this epic team-up of Goku from GT and Goku from Super in a movie in theaters? Can you imagine how orgasmic that would be? Think about that. Dragon Ball Heroes is basically a fanboy's dream. This is made for the fanboys. It's made for the ones that want all these what-if battles. The problem is that it never really delivers because it's just a bunch of random stuff that nobody cares about. The animation usually is subpar, and the fights are rarely even good. We had the one episode that Sheeta did, and besides that, there's been a couple of decent fights and decent moments, but they never get enough time. Can you imagine if they actually gave it enough time, how epic this would be? You don't even need Toriyama to write it. Just get a good writer. We could have a nice little crossover storyline, like a Crisis on Infinite Earth type of thing. You know, and here we're going to get it. It's just not going to be as good. So if you look at this right here, it says, as the two Gokus use their fists to blow away Janemba in a gust of wind, two shadows appear in the sky. So the two Gokus, literally Goku Xeno and Son Goku with the Capsule Corp logo, the one from Dragon Ball Super, the one with Super Saiyan Blue. So you've got Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And of course, the blue one has Ultra Instinct, the 4 one does not, but maybe he will someday. Xeno Goku, Goku Xeno, whatever. They are going to be teaming up against Janemba. So we're going to be seeing two Gokus and possibly two Vegetas against Janemba. And to me, this seems like it's going to be leading to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta against Janemba. That's my prediction. That's not a spoiler because We know that Janemba's main rival is Gogeta because of what happened in Dragon Ball Z Movie 12. Of course, Super Gogeta defeats Janemba in that film. So would it not make sense if Gogeta 4 was the one that fought Janemba in Heroes as a throwback to that movie? I think that makes perfect sense. But hey, that's just me. So it looks like the two Gokus will be teaming up against Janemba, and then the two shadows appear in the sky. I think that's probably going to end up being Bojack and Turles, who are still alive in this hero storyline, fighting against Goku and the gang. So again, I want to get hyped for this, but I can't because Heroes has always been a letdown. I would love to get excited, but I can't. Just Janemba is my favorite movie villain. Janemba, I love Janemba so much. He's like the closest we have to like a devil, like the devil. The way he looks, his manipulation abilities with matter, just so much potential for that character, right? And we're gonna get a new version of Janemba here, and yet it's gonna be wasted in Dragon Ball Heroes. What a big letdown that is. So I'm hoping at the very least, folks, they get Sheeta to work on this episode so we get at least a decent maybe 3 or 4 minute animation cut. Maybe just 1 minute. I'll take it. If it looks good for 1 minute, it could be super exciting if they do it right. It might not seem like a long time, but 60 seconds for animation cut could actually end up being an exciting fight. It really could. So I hope they do that, but we'll see. Again, we don't know when it's coming out, but I will cover it when it does. Let me know in the comments what you think about this possible, well, not possible, it's going to happen, Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Destruction King Janemba fight. Thank you again. Love you guys, and we'll talk soon. I'm sure this episode will at least give us something to talk about, whether it's good or bad. So take care of yourself and each other.